Chris, you hear me?
Your turn.
Amy, you all set? Good. Jen? Jay, you all set?
I'm all set.
Okay,
Can you guys hear me?
yep.
Okay, cool.
Good. Okay, welcome everybody, welcome to the Franklin Planning Board, May 20th, 2024 meeting. This meeting is audio and video recorded as well, and it's also on Zoom, and the Zoom call-in number is 312-626-6799, with a meeting number of 9980-712-5992. I just want to say one thing first before we get going. Just want to say congratulations to Jay and his wife for having a baby boy, and everything's all good and healthy, so congrats, Jay.
Congrats, Jay.
Congrats.
Likewise.
Just say.
Hey, thanks, guys. I really appreciate that.
No worries, that's good.
just-
I expect you at the next meeting, though.
I was trying to honestly get to this one. Hotel women and infants is kind of confining, so I'm looking forward to getting out.
You gotta pass on this one, that's fine.
Just for the
Just-
record, Jay and Jen are calling in tonight. for
Correct.
meeting.
All right, so it's gonna be a fairly quick meeting tonight. We have a bunch of continuations, so I guess I'll go to Amy real quick. This would be a continued public hearing for 19 Dean Ave. I guess they're looking for continuation, June 17th. Sound good?
Yes.
So I make a motion to continue 19 Dean Ave till June 17th. Do I hear a second?
Second,
All in favor?
Mr. Chairman, we have to do a roll
Roll
call
call.
vote. Jen, I know you're driving. Do you want me to do that for you?
That would be wonderful.
No problem. So Greg Rondo,
Thank
Yes.
you.
Jen Williams,
Yes.
Jay Mello,
Yes.
Chris Stickney,
Yes.
Beth Whirling, yes.
Okay, good. Excuse me, our next public hearing also is gonna be looking for continuation, which would be for 15 Liberty Way. And I'm looking to make a motion to continue that until July 8th. Do I hear a second?
Second,
All in favor?
Greg Rondo,
Yes.
Jay Mello,
Yes.
Chris Stickney,
Yes.
Jennifer Williams. Jen,
Yes.
and Beth Whirling, yes.
Yep. Yes.
Okay, good. Once again, here we go again. This would be a continuation for a public hearing for a preliminary subdivision for Balsam Estates, and they're looking for continuation. I'm gonna make a recommendation, we go till June 3rd. Do I hear a second?
Second,
All in favor?
Greg Rondo,
Yes.
Jay Mello,
Yes.
Chris Stickney,
Yes.
Jennifer Williams. Jen?
Hear me?
Yep.
Sorry. Yes. I'm on the train. I had bad connection.
So Jennifer Williams, you're yes, and Beth Whirling, yes.
Okay. And then we're gonna jump Cottage Street for a second. We also have a continuation for a public hearing for 488 and 496 Summer Street. They're looking to be continued, so I'm gonna make a motion, we continue till July 8th. Do I hear a second?
Second, Greg
All in
Rondo,
Aye.
Jay
Yes.
Mello,
Yes.
Chris Stickney,
Yes.
Jennifer Williams,
Yes.
Beth Whirling, yes.
Okay, good. So, we'll get to our big item of, sorry, you guys, everything got pushed.
How'd you know? We didn't get the memo.
For future, just try to go online before you come to see if you see a continuation, then you don't have to come up here to see the
Okay.
continuation, if that helps you guys, okay?
Just look up the agenda. Yeah, we found.
Okay.
We can
Um,
have directions.
So, thank you. So our next, our only item of business for tonight would be a public hearing, which is a continuation for 19 Cottage Street. This will be for a special permit site plan. If you just want to approach the table and give your name and address and firm.
Thanks for having me, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. My name's Steve Dunbar. I'm of Dunbar Engineering and Management. I'm the designer of the plan that we submitted and covered in the last meeting. I think the big issues from the last meeting were we were proposing we were actually proposing one-way traffic through the use of lot 17. We didn't have an easement. We were told, it was unbeknownst to me, that we couldn't get an easement to do that because Mr. Kalachi owns both properties. And you, Mr. Chairman, had requested that I take a look at the combining of the two lots, at least in the configuration of the painting to get two-way traffic. So I did achieve that. I submitted it on May 10th, I believe, to Amy. And I got comments back from Mr. Maglio and Beta last week. So what I had submitted was 22-foot wide. I think in the last board meeting, everyone seemed to be okay with 22, so that was my mindset going into that. When I got the comments from Mr. Maglio, he suggested a shift at a 23-foot wide pathway in the back, 22 in the front. After receiving his comments, I went ahead and eliminated one space and was able to get 24-foot wide, two-way traffic throughout the entire parking lot. So we had to eliminate one of the proposed spaces on the lot subject to the special permit, the 9,644 square foot lot. And I had submitted an A&R plan, but apparently I don't understand the process well enough. I don't need one, or the way the configuration is now, you can actually access all 18 proposed new spots on this lot with two-way traffic 24 feet wide. Mr. Kalachi agreed he's going to repaint the whole thing, and he's not losing any spaces. He's gaining one. He had two accessible parking spaces. One was non-compliant, one was compliant. He's now going to have three, and they're all compliant. So I think the only thing we're asking for is a waiver for a 1-foot reduction in the 19-foot space length, and that's it.
19 by 8. Okay, good, thank you. I'll go to Amy from Department of Planning. Amy, if you could.
Thank you, Mr.
So
Chairman.
highlight.
Yep, so I know that Steve, their engineer, we received new plans today, revised plans, so he's kind of elaborating on what we had received. We talked about combining the lots, which they're not gonna do, which puts the special permit is still active. They did request, a waiver for the light spillage, so that's still in place. The landscaping plan was provided, and then they did move some ADA spots closer to the building. In my memo, I had put a couple of the waiver requests. I think the only thing that they're going to need is that 1-foot reduction for the required parking space length. Now that they've moved it, the aisles to 24 feet. I don't believe that that's a waiver. I think under the special permit, my only other recommendation I hadn't put in this letter was that this is to commence within 1 year, so that this gets done and the parking lot is developed per the special permit.
Okay.
That would be a recommendation. It's up to the board.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Amy. Mike, I'll go to you for DPW, if I could, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On the last review, we had 4 comments. 2 had to do with stormwater design and 2 had to do with the parking layout. And, we did receive revised plans today and was able to take a look at them. The 2 drainage comments were addressed. And as Steve had mentioned, the comments regarding the parking layout, he made some revisions there. And it looked like the only waiver he mentioned would be for the size of the parking stalls. Bylaws call for 9 by 19 feet deep, and they're proposing 9 by 18, which the 9 by 18 is really typical industry standard, so I have no issues with that.
Okay, good. All right, good, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I do want to note that Matt Crowley from Beta is on Zoom.
Okay, good, because I
Yeah,
was
any
just gonna let
questions?
for him. Okay. Matt, you there?
I am here, Mr. Chairman.
Hi, how are
Yes.
you tonight? If you could give us a review, I think they pretty much touched upon everything, but if you wanna,
Yeah. So I'll be brief because I think both Amy and Mike had touched on most of the topics already. So I'm not gonna reiterate those. Just one of the things that I noted is that the designer did confirm that the parking lot is visible from some residential uses. The bylaw would typically require screening from a residential use, but as he noted, this is essentially an existing condition, and it may be difficult to provide any screening out there. So just defer to the board whether or not they want to require a waiver or request of anything of that nature. The other thing that we noted is they do have 2 existing dumpsters on the site that are not screened or enclosed. They are going to provide an enclosure out there, but they do intend to leave them on the bituminous pavement as in the existing condition. And that's really it outside of what has already been discussed.
Okay, good, thank you, Matt. I guess I'll go to the board. Anybody have any comments, questions?
Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Chris?
Yeah, just one quick note on the plan. I like the redesign, thank you. It just looks like it's showing proposed snow storage and several of the parking spaces,
Yeah.
as opposed to probably the arrow should be going to the corner where it's hatched out. Really the only thing that I noticed on the plan.
Yeah, I did that on purpose because I do not want to block the catch basin. That's where the catch basin is capturing all the flow.
Okay.
And if you block it, it's gonna just back up into the parking lot.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, kind of to
Good.
bank upon what you're saying. So in the event of a snowstorm, you're proposing how many of your parking spaces to be utilized for? snow
Well,
storage?
I picked a bunch of them, but it really depends on the size of the storm, but he's got plenty of space over there to store all that snow. And like I said, the beginning, you don't wanna block the view of the cars entering and leaving the parking lot, and you don't wanna block the catch basin, so.
In the event that you need to, will you be able to find a place to bring the snow off-site, should you need to move it?
Yeah, it's been done in the past, we just wanna make sure. I would probably just limit, the whole back run.
The run of spots
Yeah.
adjacent to the property line with Oteri Funeral Home.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
That works for me. Thank you, Mr. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Comments, questions?
Just to touch on what Matt said, I mean, first of all, I do like the reconfiguration of it, but what's the board, being the new guy on the block here, what's the board's feeling on the concrete pad versus leaving it the way it is? Is it historically?
Me personally, I'd like to see it just concrete. I mean, we're doing all that work in that back corner, just make it a concrete pad. So, rather than the asphalt, it's gonna last longer and it'll look better with your whole parking lot. Okay.
You have an issue with that? Okay.
Sure you know a couple good cement bags, a couple masons, just a couple good concrete guys.
That's all I have.
Yeah, okay. Jen?
Thanks. And I'll turn on my video, but hopefully it doesn't hurt the internet too much. One question I had is, are the 2 exits in and out necessary? I guess particularly the new spots. First of all, I love the new plan and combining it so much cleaner and it is improvement to overall of the all the spaces. But I'm wondering, just not as an expert in transportation, parking, I should say, do you need that second exit that's closer to the funeral home, or could this lot be sufficient with one sort of exit entry in and out? And would that be safer of a condition rather than trying to come in and out where you have a bunch of proposed spots sort of very close to the street or that entry or exit? If you wouldn't mind talking through that a little
Sure.
bit.
Sure, so, Mr. Kalaji is not planning on legally combining those 2 lots into one. So, basically, we need to have an entrance and exit, for that specific lot. We can't eliminate it. It already has a curb cut there. It's already being used without issue. So I don't see, and I think Mr. Maglio pointed out that it's, the traffic speed is slow there because you have the corner, people are approaching Main Street, there's people turning just onto Main Street, so they don't really have a lot of time to pick up speed. So there really hasn't been any issues that I'm aware of in that location, so I think, but strictly for the fact that it is not legally combining those lots, I think we have to keep it
Okay,
as a separate.
that makes sense. Thank you for clarifying. That's all.
Sure.
Thank you.
Jay?
So, first off, thanks for, you really listened to everything we kind of put out there. And I know that's a challenging spot, and I think you did a pretty good job with it.
Thank you. And
So
congratulations.
the only question I really had was the traffic bollards along the edge. So I'm assuming that's not curb that's going back there, right?
There's an existing curb cut there that right now is the
Yep.
exit. It's the one-way exit out of the existing Lot 17 parking lot. If
Yep,
it's
so
still
I would guess
there
I
and there's
would,
no way to prevent them from using it, people are gonna use it. So we
Yep,
wanted
so I
to,
guess that would be my question to or just wanted to point that out to everyone, that's, I'm not sure where those bollards are in relation to the curb line or not, but it might be worth considering how close those are to the edge of the road. That was the only thing that I had to say there, so I don't know if we want
they're spaced
kinda-
at 5 feet on center, and we put just enough, I think there's 5 of them, to cover the span of the existing curb cut, and they are on
Yep.
Mr. Kalachi's property.
Yep, so they're, how far off the road? Like 6 feet or something like that, 5 feet?
They're like 3 feet inside the curb line, I think. I mean, the inside edge of the public curb. Walkway? The sidewalk.
All right, cool. Yeah, so like within, I pick up what you're putting down. Okay, that was the only question I had. It was hard to discern the edge of the pavement from the plan.
Yeah,
So I was just kind of curious as to where that lied, but that was it.
okay.
Can you, sorry, I know that you've submitted a new plan, sorry, Mr. Chairman.
go ahead.
I just don't have it in front of me, so can you point on your
Sure.
plan here which parking spots are being removed?
All right, so, yeah, again, this is the one that I submitted on the 10th
So,
of May. I've
do we
revised
have,
it since.
is the new one available then, or not?
I didn't have time to print it out on this large size.
Okay.
But the one that we took out was this one right here. So this spot right here. Took this one and I shifted it towards the property line
Okay.
of that lot, so that made the opening 24 feet.
Do you mind if I just come
And
take
it
a look?
and it
Sorry.
allowed for, removing that outside spot allows us to go 24-foot back way on it.
So how far is spot,
Yeah.
is it P1? Your very first, thank you. Better glasses. Yeah, your P1 parking spot, that's remaining.
Yes.
And how far is that from the entrance?
Well, it's roughly
Yeah, the curb
11
line.
feet from the edge of
It's
the
11
curb.
feet? Perfect.
It's 10 feet off the
Yep.
front property line. which-
Great. That's what I
So
was
you,
wondering.
so you,
Yep.
you meet regulation.
Yep, just wanted to
Okay.
make sure you're
Yes.
at least 10
Yep.
feet back.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Good. So I think, well, before I go, anybody in the audience have any comments, questions? Terry, nothing, no? No one else online? Yeah, no, I do like this plan. I think it's, it'll give a good flow through the parking lot as well, but thank you for all the changes. I think it's gonna work out well for you as well. So basically, you covered all the bases for Beta, for Mike, and all the comments from us, so
Do you want me to just
make,
read special permit,
we gotta close
special
first?
conditions, just to make sure we're all on the
Sure,
same page?
yep.
So we have the dumpster located on a concrete pad, construction within 1 year to date of approval, and then snow removed off-site as needed during storms. Is that accurate?
Yeah, you need the reduction in the length of the space. Did you already mention that?
Those are waivers.
That's a
Yeah, we'll
waiver.
get
Oh,
to
that's a
that
waiver, all
next,
right,
yeah.
sorry.
This is,
Okay, just wanna make sure we're all on the same page for those, so.
okay,
Yeah.
Good.
so, make a motion to close, 19 Cottage Street. Wait a second,
Second,
all in favor?
Greg Rondo,
Yes.
Jay Mello,
yes.
Chris Stickney,
Yes.
Ken Williams,
Yes.
Beth Whirling, yes.
Okay. You wanna make a motion?
I will make a motion for the following waivers. Let's see. We've got a waiver for 1 foot reduction in parking from, is it 9 by 19 to 19 by 9? Or
9 by 18.
9 by 18.
18, sorry.
9 by 18.
9 by 18. And a waiver to allow light spillage. All right.
Do we need a waiver for parking aisle width?
No, he
Like
met it,
He met it.
they met it,
Okay,
Jay, so
cool.
it's, yep, he was able to reconfigure it to 24 now.
I do have One more thing, Mr. Maglio had made a comment about the fact that the exit and entrance is 150, less than 150 from the Oteri Funeral Home. I assume that it didn't apply because we were only proposing now 18 spots, not less than the 20. So I think that, does that not apply? I just want to make sure that there's no confusion afterwards. I think you also pointed out that that's where Mr. Maglio pointed out that it hasn't been an issue, that, you know, the traffic speed is slow, so.
The bylaw, Mr. Chairman, the bylaw calls out for parking lots of more than 20 spaces, where this is two separate parcels, that they really didn't apply, but my response in, you know, addressing that was that these are all really small lots in this area, at the end of the street there, there's really not enough room to get that separation, plus it's at the end of the street with a traffic light right there, so the speeds are gonna be very low, people are gonna be approaching stops, so I didn't see any safety issues
So
regarding
you're
that.
comfortable with it?
Yeah.
Okay. Matt, you're comfortable with that as well?
Yes, I am, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you.
So then, with those waivers in place, make a motion to approve those
Uh,
waivers?
What about Lights Village?
I did them.
Oh, okay, my apologies.
That's
Right.
okay.
So do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Greg Rondo,
Yes.
Jay Mello,
Yes.
Chris Stickney,
Yes.
Jennifer Williams,
Yes.
Beth Whirling, yes. Then, Mr. Chairman, I will make a motion to allow section 185, attachment 3, off-street parking as a primary use with the following special permit conditions that we discussed, which would be the dumpster on the concrete pad, constructed with 1 year to date of site plan approval, snow removed off-site as needed, and, I don't know, we did that as a waiver, so those three. And, make a motion to vote on the proposed project addresses or is consistent with neighborhood or town need. Greg Rondo,
Yes.
Jay Mello,
Yes.
Chris Stickney,
Yes.
Jennifer Williams,
Yes.
Beth Whirling, yes. Vehicular traffic flow, access and parking, and pedestrian safety are properly addressed. Greg Rondo,
Yes.
Jay Mello,
Yes.
Chris Stickney,
Yes.
Jennifer Williams,
Yes.
Beth Whirling, yes. Public roadways, drainage, utilities, and other infrastructure are adequate or will be upgraded to accommodate development. Greg Rondo,
Yes.
Jay Mello,
Yes.
Chris Stickney,
Yes.
Jennifer Williams,
Yes.
Beth Whirling, yes. Neighborhood character and social structure will not be negatively impacted. Greg Rondo,
Yes.
Jay Mello,
Yes.
Chris Stickney,
Yes.
Jennifer Williams,
Yes.
Beth Whirling, yes. Project will not destroy or cause substantial damage to any environmentally significant natural resource, habitat, or feature, or if it will, proposed mitigation, remediation, replication, or compensatory measures are adequate. Greg Rondo,
Yes.
Jay Mello,
Yes.
Chris Stickney,
Yes.
Jennifer Williams,
Yes.
Beth Whirling, yes. Number, height, bulk, location, and siting of buildings and structures will not result in abutting properties being deprived of light or fresh air circulation or being exposed to flooding or subjected to excessive noise, odor, light, vibration, or airborne particulates. Greg Rondo,
Yes.
Jay Mello,
Yes.
Chris Stickney,
Yes.
Jennifer Williams. Jen?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kinda lost her.
And Beth Whirling, yes.
Ah,
Water
Sorry.
consumption and sewer use, taking into consideration current and projected future local water supply and demand, and wastewater treatment capacity will not be excessive. Greg Rondo,
Yes.
Jay Mello,
Yes.
Chris Stickney,
Yes.
Jennifer Williams. Home stretch, Jen, 2 more.
Jen, you're in Norfolk, let's go.
Well, Beth Whirling, yes.
That would sound.
I know.
Are you, yes or no on that one? Letter G?
Was that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. The
Yes.
proposed use will
Yes.
not have
Yes.
adverse
Why?
effects
Yes. Yes.
which overbalance its beneficial effects on either the neighborhood or the town in view of particular characteristics of the site and of the proposal in relation to the site. Greg Rondo,
Yes.
Jay Mello,
Yes.
Chris Stickney,
Yes.
Jennifer Williams, you said yes. So Beth Whirling, yes. Good.
Okay.
All right.
You're all set, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy your night. You folks, for sitting in the crowd, yeah.
Yeah, I just observed the Summer Street thing, that's all.
Oh, it got continued.
Okay, was it the TBD? Okay.
Yeah, it got, excuse me, July 8th.
Oh, July 8th, okay.
Yeah.
Just here to support, that's all.
Yeah,
Okay. Nice day.
take a peek before you come in the next time for
Yeah.
continuations, just so you don't waste the trip, that's all. Okay?
Who's gonna see our taxpayer?
Thank you.
Nice night for a walk.
Yeah, there you go. Anybody have any general comments,
just wanted
questions?
to-
Beth had something?
Put out there to make sure folks mark your calendar to come to Porch Fest on June 1st from 12 to 6 p.m. in our downtown area with the cultural district. Did I get that right? Supporting and, yes, so hopefully you'd see everybody there. Lots of bands playing on folks' porch around the downtown area and our downtown businesses, so it'll be a lot of fun.
From 12 to 6.
12 to 6,
About the same.
June 1st, and if it rains, there's a website for Porch Fest. You look it up, and we'll be moved to June 2nd if need be.
Okay, good. Anybody else?
Yeah, just wanted to make a note that the special election's June 11th for the override, so regardless of your stance, just get out there and vote.
Good point. Okay. Oh, everybody? Make a motion to adjourn? For a second?
Second.
All in favor? That was quick.
Just say aye.
We only need 3, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Aye. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Hi,
Bye,
Jay.
Jay.
Have
Enjoy, Jay.
fun. Congrats.
I'm going to sleep later.
Yeah.